Emergency vehicles respond to a suspected fire on campus. President Bourne says farewell to the University of Oklahoma, and a driver was arrested in Toronto after running down a crowd of pedestrians. This is OU Nightly. Welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Kyle Payne.
And I'm Olivia Whitehead. Breaking news this afternoon as students were evacuated from their classrooms.
Several emergency vehicles, including fire trucks and ambulances, parked in the cul-de-sac to the south of the stadium garage. An official from the fire department said there was a report of a fire in Richards Hall, which caused the building to be evacuated.
An OUPD official told OU Nightly that they were called to Richards Hall this afternoon after the fire alarm was pulled. It is unknown what caused the fire alarm.
And we're also following breaking news out of Toronto, Canada this afternoon. Eddy has the latest from the News Center. Ashley?
That's right, Kyle. We are learning at least 9 people are dead after a van ran into a crowd of people in Toronto, Canada. Right now, investigators say it looks like this crash was deliberate. Witnesses say the van hit pedestrians at high speed at a busy intersection in the north part of the city as large crowds of office workers were on lunch break. Police officials say in addition to those killed, another 16 were injured. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau gives his condolences.
Obviously, we're just learning about the situation in Toronto. Our hearts go out to anyone affected. We're going to obviously have more to learn and more to say in the coming hours, and we'll.
The driver of the van has been arrested. And also breaking this afternoon, new information in the Waffle House shooting case. We now know the names of the Waffle House shooting victims: Aquila De Silva, Tareen Sanderlin, Joe Perez, and Diebony Groves. Also, just moments ago, federal investigators said the suspect shooter's dad could face charges related to the case. The suspect, Travis Ranking, was arrested today after a day-long manhunt. Police say he opened fire Sunday morning at a Waffle House in Nashville, killing 4 people. We know he was arrested last year for being in an unauthorized area near the White House. After that arrest, the guns he had were confiscated by the Secret Service and later returned to his father. Investigators say his father returned the guns to Ranking, and that is what could leave the father facing charges. Detectives say the suspect is at an area hospital being checked over and then will be transferred to the Nashville jail. Upon arrest, he made no comment and only asked for a lawyer. Ranking will be booked on 4 counts of criminal homicide. OU Nightly will keep you updated as we learn more information.
Thanks, Ashley. And although OU President David Bourne isn't set to leave the campus until this summer, OU decided to celebrate this past weekend. The first of many festivities this weekend was a dinner where faculty, students, and friends gathered to honor President Bourne. OU Nightly's Jaron Spor was there and tells us all about the crowds that gathered to say farewell to their lead man.
No one could see him when he entered the ballroom. Crowds obscured the view, but everyone knew who they were honoring: David Bourne. 1,700 guests gave him a 2-minute standing ovation. Less than a week after suffering a minor stroke, Bourne still looked strong as he gave his farewell speech.
I wish that I had the power of words to adequately tell each one of you, and I hope you feel this very personally, what you mean to me and what you mean to Molly.
Pulitzer Prize-winning historian David McCullough lauded Bourne for making OU a top-tier public university.
OU has become the first public university to rank #1 in the number of national merit scholarships enrolled among both public and private universities in the United States.
Bourne asked the crowded ballroom to commit to keep striving for excellence.
We're all here with a common purpose tonight, and that common purpose is to take a vow that our university will live on and will grow greater and greater and stronger than ever in the years to come.
His 23-year career is coming to a close, but as one door closes, another one opens, as James Gallagher will take over as the 14th president of the University of Oklahoma. Jaron Spor, OU Nightly.
President Bourne will officially retire this summer.
Also this weekend, the University of Oklahoma revealed a statue of Bourne in his honor. Due to rain, the ceremony took place inside the Oklahoma Memorial Union Saturday morning, also Boren's birthday. Hundreds of OU students, alumni, and other members of the OU community attended the ceremony where a photo of the statue was revealed. Boren then addressed the crowd, thanking everyone who played a part in his tenure as OU president.
But just feel if I could give every one of you a hug right now, if I could express to you how I feel. And I told Molly, I don't know if it's not usual for university presidents to say this, but we love you. We love each and every one of you. We love all that you have done for this university and for making it such a special place in the lives of our students. Thank you. Let's keep it going. Thank you very much.
The statue is located in the gardens west of the Union.
And after a rainy weekend, it has been gorgeous outside today.
Yeah, Andrew, can we expect any more of that this week?
That's right, guys. You know, most of our clouds from the rain has pushed out to our east as the day has gone on. There's been some clouds sticking around in Norman, but what's coming up is we are going to have some rain into the mix after a clear night tonight. I'll let you know timing for that rain, how comfortable a week we have after that, and will the sun bounce back for a nice weekend?
Thanks, Andrew. The end of the semester is right around the corner, and so is teacher evaluation season. The OU Evaluate system opened today and will stay open through the end of the semester. This system lets students provide anonymous feedback about their professors and classes. Some students think the evaluations are pointless and won't do them, but professors, department heads, and teaching assistants thrive off of the valuable information.
When you're trying to say what a faculty member could do better in certain instances in their classrooms, then they take that and try to run with that and basically improve their classes for students down the line.
OU draws prizes for students who complete all of their class evaluations, and this semester's prizes is one of 3 Apple iPads.
Recycling has become a priority for OU in recent years, and the OU Recycling Program was awarded the Environmental Stewardship Award in 2017. OU Printing Services has decided to participate in greener efforts by teaching students how to be more environmentally friendly. OU Printing Services believes teaching students from early ages will help to create a more sustainable community.
We start with small children when they come through from the grade schools and teach them about printing and sustainability, and then the classes within the university when they come through.
As for now, OU Printing Services is offering information and tours for any student interested in visiting the facilities and learning how to be more green.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, one of OU's libraries is set for expansion.
Plus, OU will soon face a big decrease in mental health facilities for students. Stay with us.
Welcome back. A project that was first pitched in July 2014 has now become a reality in the National Weather Center. The NWC Library has expanded to include a new reading room, a digitization lab, and archives. The digitization lab will digitize and make more material within the National Weather Center public, such as SPC archives and NSSL materials. The reading room provides a space for meetings and for students to interact with rare items. Students will have to leave book bags at the door and only use a pencil and a paper to interact with special material.
And then you'll actually get to interact with rare materials. And they're not just old rare materials, it's also newer materials, but it's items that have helped shape the recent history of meteorology and things. So important items to the subject.
The new reading room is open to all library patrons and will soon have its own library staff member.
Will Cornelius joins us in Health Beat with an update on an investigation launched by the FDA. Will?
That's right, Kyle. The Food and Drug Administration is investigating the unauthorized medical trials performed by Dr. William Halford while testing a new herpes vaccine. Now, the FDA is curious if Halford injected humans with an unapproved drug and whether or not he followed safety protocol for testing new drugs. Dr. Halford was diagnosed with cancer in 2011 and worried his vaccine would not be approved before he died. It is reported that he continued trials with patients until he passed away last June. And mental health services are diminishing here on OU's campus. OU Nightly's Mandy Lee spoke with officials at the Goddard Health Center to find out why these cuts are being made.
The University of Oklahoma announced last August that the OU Counseling Psychology Clinic would be closing in May, sparking criticism from many students. The Goddard Health Center offers mental health care services but has limited staff, leaving only one psychologist for every 4,000 students.
When services aren't available, when they're not able to get in to see a doctor as quickly as needed, it very much impairs the ability for somebody to recover.
President David Boren has commented on the situation, tweeting, "The health and safety of our students must always be our first concern." Debo plans to hire an additional trained psychologist to the counseling staff at Goddard. Mandy Lee, OU Nightly.
And OU's counseling clinic is set to close on May the 10th. And the effects of marijuana on young people's brains may not last as long as you think. A new study published in the psychiatric edition of the Journal of the American Medical Association says that the effects of marijuana were no longer apparent in adolescents after 72 hours. Now, this was one of the first studies to look at the effects the drug has on cognitive function in young people in the days after it was consumed. Researchers say that more studies need to be done on the topic, and that other studies have shown that weed can cause long-term cognitive development issues for those who started sparking up just as kids. And Kyle and Olivia, pardon me, I don't know if you all saw this, but a U.S. military veteran actually just received the world's first full penile and scrotal transplant. Doctors at Johns Hopkins say that he's recovering really well, and they hope he's out of the hospital this week.
I'm glad it was successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, the Thunder try to tie it up at 2 apiece in Utah.
And Andrew Adams is standing by with weather.
We've got some rain coming to Norman this week. I'll let you know when and for how long. Welcome back. It has been an absolutely beautiful day here in Norman. There are some light clouds still hanging around. We should expect to see those move out by the time we get to our overnight tonight. 73 degrees right now in Norman. Northwest winds 11 miles an hour, so a nice breeze. Tonight, though, we'll be sitting in the lower 50s for most of the state, some in the 40s, which is right around normal for what we would expect this time of year, with some winds coming out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Those will be calming down quite a bit tomorrow. We can expect some calm winds throughout the day as we warm up to 77 by 5 o'clock. Not too much in the cloud department tomorrow until we get later on into the evening. As we scroll through our radar forecast, once we get closer to about the 11 o'clock hour is when we can expect that rain to move closer into Norman. And really, it should stick around all throughout the night. The heaviest bands, though, will be down towards the Red River and into Texas. Mostly just some heavy rain here in Norman, which when this high pressure will be moving through, that'll get it out by the time we get into Thursday. Now, for the next 2 days with that rain event, we can expect to see about ½ an inch here in Norman, even out into western Oklahoma where that rain is really needed. But again, most of the rain is sticking down to our south along the Red River border. Now, the nice day tomorrow, the rain comes in late. Heaviest rain on Wednesday will be before noon, but we can expect those showers to stick around. And on into the weekend, it'll be warming back up after that chilly Wednesday as that rain comes through. So honestly, great weekend coming up ahead of us here, and I'm excited for it.
Me too.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you, Andrew. Still ahead on OU Nightly, the Sooners dominated on the diamond this weekend.
Rachel Roberts is here with that and more.
That's right, guys. Coming up in sports, we talk softball's series sweep, plus men's gymnastics wrapped up their historic season over the weekend. Stick around, sports is next. With its second straight shutout win, Oklahoma softball clinched the series sweep against Oregon State over the weekend. The Sooners added their 17th run rule victory of the season, defeating the Beavers 8-0 in 6 innings. Mariah Lopez remained perfect on the year, throwing for 5 scoreless innings and allowing just 4 hits, 1 walk, and striking out 6. Fale Aviv finished 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, while Nicole Penley added 2 hits. And Sooner baseball left West Texas with a 12-5 win over the Red Raiders on Sunday afternoon. This was OU's first win in Lubbock since 2012. Sooner starting pitcher Nathan Wiles was dominant in his 4th victory of the season, and junior right fielder Steele Walker had 4 hits, including 2 home runs in the 8th. And just when you think they can't do it again, they do. OU Nightly's Lauren Linville shows us how the OU men's gymnastics team wrapped up their historic season over the weekend.
Back to back to back to back. 4 national titles in a row. The OU men's gymnastics team can now proclaim this victory. Saturday, the Sooners stuck the final landing with a 414.858 first place finish in Chicago. OU becomes just the 3rd collegiate program in history to win at least 4 consecutive national titles. They now own 12 titles total to tie Penn State for the most in NCAA history. Oh, and 9 of the 12 were under current head coach Mark Williams.
You know, the guys never gave up the fight. Just so impressed with the way these guys have handled themselves. It's just unbelievable.
It was a team effort all around, but junior Yul Moldauer managed 4 individual national titles in 1 year on floor, vault, parallel bars, and all around, becoming the first Oklahoma gymnast to do so.
I just can't believe that from such a young group of people we came so far this season. Coming here the last 2 days have meant the world to me.
Saturday secured the team's 4th straight undefeated season, meaning they haven't lost in 97 straight meets. For the seniors, a perfect collegiate career.
All 4 years, every single team that I've been on, you know, we've busted our butts every single day. We are the hardest working group of guys that you will ever see.
All in all, Oklahoma sealed 11 All-American honors, defeating Minnesota, Illinois, Stanford, Nebraska, and Penn State. Lauren Linville, OU Nightly Sports.
And after an incredible season, Oklahoma women's gymnastics finished as the runner-up at the 2018 NCAA Super 6. The Sooners recorded a team score of 198.0375, but were edged out by UCLA after a perfect 10 on beam from Bruin Pang Pang Lee. OU finished the 2018 season with a 30-2 record and set plenty of records along the way, including its 10 scores of 198 or better in a season. The Oklahoma City Thunder looked to even out the series tonight in Game 4 against the Utah Jazz. The Jazz took Game 3 in the series lead after topping the Thunder 115-102 behind a triple-double from Ricky Rubio on Saturday. Paul George scored 23 while Melo, Westbrook, and Felton each had 14. A win tonight is crucial for OKC to keep the season alive and regain home court advantage. Tip-off is set for 9:30. And San Francisco Giants first baseman Brandon Belt set an MLB record Sunday when he battled out a 21-pitch at-bat against Los Angeles rookie Jamie Barria. Belt felled off 16 two-strike pitches before lining out to Angels right fielder Cole Calhoun. The at-bat lasted 12 minutes and 45 seconds, and it was the most pitches in an at-bat series since the record began in 1988. It's pretty crazy.
That's a lot of at-bats. There are a lot of swings. That guy must have been tired as the pitcher.
12 minutes. Exactly. Well, thank you so much.
Still to come on OU Nightly.
The royal family welcomed a new little addition into the world today. We'll be back. This is an OU Nightly update. I'm Sarah Beth Guevara. More on the Waffle House shooting story. 29-year-old James Shaw Jr. is being held as a hero after he wrestled an AR-15 out of a gunman's hand. The father of the Waffle House shooting suspect, Jeffrey Ranking, has acknowledged giving confiscated guns back to his son. And Republican Senator Rand Paul is now supporting President Donald Trump's nominee for Secretary of State, CIA Director Mark Pompeo. The vote was expected to fail, but Paul's switch after a meeting with Trump could change that outcome. And all hail royal baby number 3. This morning, the Duchess of Cambridge gave birth to a baby boy at St. Mary's Hospital in Paddington, West London. The newest little arrival is the 5th in line to the British throne, behind his grandfather, Prince Charles, his father, and 2 siblings. According to Kensington Palace, the baby is doing well, and the Duke and Duchess are able to return home this evening.
Well, I can't wait to know what the baby's name's going to be.
Exactly.
Surely it'll be announced soon, right?
Hopefully. Very soon. All right, and Andrew, do you have a little more on the weather for us?
Yeah, so just a little recap for the next 7 days. We're going to have that rain come in tomorrow night and into Wednesday. Stick around, cool us down quite a bit for Wednesday, but by the time we get to Thursday, sun's going to come back and warm us up. Should be a really great weekend ahead of us here.
Yeah, it looks like a really pleasant week throughout. Just a little rain on Wednesday, but
just some rain.
Happy the sun is staying in.
Yeah, the sun's coming back.
Yeah, we shouldn't be seeing any more mixed in wintry formations or anything, right? It should
Not
be
at
all
all.
warm.
We are past that,
all right,
and
good.
we will just be seeing rain.
Thank you.
And thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.